Hi there and welcome back to the channel. Have you noticed any changes in consumer spending recently? If I were to ask you this question, has your spending changed in the previous years in terms of what you're prioritizing, in terms of your budget when it comes to your groceries, when it comes to bills and things that you used to prioritize and now are not? In terms of consumption, have you started preferring certain things over others? In this video, we're going to delve deep into the ever-changing world of consumer spending. Stay tuned. This is results-oriented preparation. Thank you for tuning in. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscription to the channel. We'll greatly appreciate your support. If you're a returning viewer, please like, share the videos, and subscribe if you have not yet subscribed. We appreciate you coming back. First things first, why is consumer spending important? Why is it significant at all? Every economy is driven by consumer spending. We all know that the goods that we consume come from producers, and these producers produce these goods for a specific consumer. Without that consumer, there is no need to produce any goods and services. Therefore, the justification for production of any goods and services is that at the end of it all, someone else is going to exchange their money for that particular good or service. That is one of the ways that businesses make money. Now, again, an economy, whichever economy, South Africa, Japan, America, wherever you might be, you'll find that there is what we call consumption tax. We know that as value added tax, customs duties, and so forth. All these forms of tax are taxed on consumption. Some of the goods that are bought have a tax component that comes with the price, and the consumer pays that tax, and this money is revenue for the government. So the government needs consumer spending as part of raising revenue. So without consumer spending, so we know that that consumption tax falls away. Therefore, there might be a deficit. Of course, there are already deficits in most government revenues. Again, producers use different types of resources. For example, they use labor, they use capital, and so forth and so forth. Okay, now all these factors of production and an income. If you are someone who's working for a particular company to produce a particular good, at the end of the day, you are expecting income in the form of a wage or a salary. Without consumer spending, businesses are forced to either close down, to cut down on the employees that they have. So therefore, consumption spending actually contributes indirectly to the rate of employment, meaning that when there is a decrease in consumption spending, it might actually have a negative impact on rates of employment or might actually cause unemployment. So one of the ways to alleviate unemployment in any economy would be to inject so much money that households have money to spend on goods and services, which will translate to businesses producing more. If they produce more, it means that they require more people to work, they require more factors of production, they require more resources, and all those suppliers that supply those factors of production and resources also get to benefit from consumer spending. So therefore, what this means is that at all times, businesses need to know exactly what are the trends as far as consumption expenditure goes. This is important because consumers will always change. Taste and preferences change. Some goods are more preferred in certain seasons and so forth. So there are always trends in consumption expenditure, and we're going to focus on only three of them. Please take note that these three are not a conclusive trends in consumption spending. There are quite many. For the purposes of this video, we're only going to focus on three trends in consumption expenditure. The first one is the rise of online shopping. You have seen after the pandemic that more and more business has gone online. Okay, be it B2C or B2B, we're seeing more and more businesses going online. Some have maintained their brick and mortar, yet they have an option where you can buy online, and some have preferred to go everything else online. Now, what does this mean? It means that however consumers used to spend prior to the pandemic, it has changed. Now they will prefer to shop while indoors, on your laptop, on your mobile phone, or wherever is more suitable for you. You have seen the rise of e-commerce providers such as Shopify. You have seen Shane. You have seen Temu in recent times. What this means is that more people are shopping online. That's the first trend. The second one is budget saving. Now, a lot of people have become more conscious with their spending. There is less and less of impulsive buying. People are taking time to shop around, looking for bargains, looking for bulk purchases where they can negotiate either a discount and so forth. So it means that people are becoming more cautious when it comes to their spending because each and every cent must go to value. Okay, so you are making sure that you are exchanging your currency for value. And the value has to be something that is significant. It has to be something that is lasting. It has to be something also that you need. Gone are the times where people will just spend willy-nilly. People are becoming more and more budget savvy. The third one is called conscious spending. Now, what that means is that people are now chasing more and more what are called sustainability products. Uh, the information age has given so much information to consumers and giving them options. Now, with all these options, people are preferring eco-friendly products or eco-friendly sourcing of raw materials that go into products. So, which means that we're in that era where environmental sustainability and the use of sustainable materials, sustainable raw materials and ingredients into what people consume now matters, which means that with the information that is available, people will take their time to make sure that what they are consuming is either eco-friendly, it supports their ideas or notions on what they think sustainability is in terms of environmental sustainability, the impact on the environment, carbon footprint, and all sorts of issues. Therefore, if you are a producer, you need to be knowledgeable of these trends. Like I said, we have got more than 3 trends, but for the purposes of this video, we are concentrating only on those 3. The question then remains, how can a business then sustain its existence in such an environment? What is it that businesses need to do to ensure that they maintain their competitiveness, having a competitive advantage, having a healthy demand for their products, and having consumers coming back and back and back again for their particular products? What is it that you must do if you are selling? Maybe you have seen in your business a dwindling demand for your products, for your services. Then the question will be, what is it that you need to be doing to make sure that you adapt to the trends that are happening? Because imagine, you cannot change these trends. The only thing that you can do as a provider, as a producer, as a retailer, and so forth, would be to adapt to the changes in consumption expenditure. The first one is embrace digital transformation. Now, as more and more people go online, as we're seeing the rise of e-commerce, what it means for you as a seller, as a supplier of a particular product, means that as you transition from brick and mortar to digital, you need to ensure a couple of things. Some of those things is to make sure that your consumers have a seamless online experience. What it means is that if they enjoy the experience, for example, on your online shop, they'll obviously come back. You need to have websites that load faster. You need to have an experience that makes it even simpler and easier for your consumers to shop whether using your app, using your website, or whatever platform you're using online. Therefore, the move to transition into digital has to benefit the consumer more than you, because the case is, if the consumer is not happy about the experience that they are having on your digital platforms, uh, what do you think will happen? They will always move to the next one that provides a better experience on their online shops. The second one is sustainability matters. uh, Businesses, whether in their R&D or in whatever provision, the procurement of resources, need to look for sustainability options, and maybe look for sources, other suppliers that will better match with the goal to move into being eco-friendly or environmental sustainable business. Therefore, this has to be one of the major goals that a business should pursue, to become a business that is known as an environmentally friendly business. The third one will be to offer loyalty programs, promotions that will make consumers feel like they're getting a bargain from whatever products or services you're selling. Sometimes meaning sometimes it might mean putting products in combos, making sure that you address the consumers who are cost conscious. Okay, the cost conscious consumers are going to compare your prices to the next one, are going to compare the offers, the value that you are bringing into the marketplace. Therefore, you need to ensure at all times that the consumer feels that they are getting the best out of the products that you're getting from a cost or from an expenditure perspective. Their expenditure has to match their expectations in terms of value and quantity, especially quantity for that particular product. The fourth one is build trust and transparency. With trust and transparency, it means that you offer as much information, as much data to your consumers as possible. This helps them make the buying decision. Now, in doing so, transparency doesn't necessarily mean that you are giving them information that is irrelevant. You are giving information that you know that will help them make the buying decision. But also in doing so, transparency has another aspect of truthfulness. All right. It's not only a matter of giving out information, but giving information that is true and that is helpful for your consumers. I'm interested to hear from you in terms of what other trends have you noticed is as far as consumer expenditure is concerned. Please leave a comment down below and we'll really appreciate your participation. Otherwise, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, to share, and subscribe to the channel. This is results-oriented preparation, where early preparation equals excellent results. We'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.